In this episode, I sneak off behind Dusty's back, and Dusty goes absolutely berserk. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I am trying to keep my voice down just a little bit because I am about to go off and do some cheeky sneaking around behind Dusty's back. I know it sounds bad, but I just really don't want to let the guy down. He did all that work with the bales, but I set the baler up wrong, and we've got two 40 centimeters instead of 150s, and we just can't wrap them. But I have done a deal with a guy down at the animal dealer, so I'm going to jump in the Landini now and take the bales down there, and I'll explain once we get down. Okay, everybody, I am well away from the homestead now, so I can speak freely without any problems and without Dusty overhearing. So, I've done a deal with the guy at the animal dealer. What's going to happen is I'm going to take the bales up, which are too big. He's going to skim them off, take off a couple of wrappers from the outside, downsize them to 150, which is the size I need for wrapping. Then I can take them back, wrap them in plastic, and then we can turn them into silage. Now, I realise that we're going to lose some of the grass in the process, and he's not actually going to pay me for it. So he's actually getting a good deal out of this. But at the end of it, we will have a bunch of bales that we can turn into silage, and I think that'll be fantastic because silage obviously sells for a lot more than grass. This is a bit of a wacky and wild idea, but yeah, as I said in opening, I really don't want to let Dusty down. I've been an absolute idiot. I cocked up, so I'm just going to resolve this, and hopefully we can get everything back before 5:30, 6 o'clock and be done before he wakes up and the day starts. So fingers crossed, everybody, fingers crossed. I think I need to rather than the back where you drop off the grass, I think they said to drop it off at the front down over there. So I shall do that, and you can meet me back here shortly. That's all stacked up nicely. So we've got 9 of the really big round bales. I'm going to let the chaps here do their work, skim those off. I'll be back shortly, and hopefully I can load them straight back onto the trailer, get them back and get them wrapped. It's going to be tight, but I think it's worth doing. While the guys at the animal dealer are dealing with my bales, I'm just having a quick look at the state of animals, and I missed last month because I wasn't looking at animals. We've had some births, so we've got some piglets. So this little Blenheim Black pied here, we've got 10 of those. They're now a month old, so they're growing up quite nicely. We've got the adults, which are doing well. We are starting to produce pigs, which means that we have livestock to sell, because at some point they're going to max out the size of their pig pens. However, looking at the right hand side, I definitely need to deal with some food, so I may have to pick up some pig food on the way back. Let's have a look at sheep very quickly. They're happy, they've got plenty of grass, but again, it looks like we've had 5 little barbars. Excellent, so we've got some lambs. Chickens are still producing, they're doing well. Okay, that's good. And taking a quick look at our 2 large greenhouses, we've got lettuce on both still producing, although oddly it does say tomatoes are storing 253, but I think because we're not outputting tomatoes, it's not actually bringing those out. So I'm tempted to just turn those on just so we could get those tomatoes out. There's 240 in that one as well. Maybe we'll get a couple of crates of tomatoes, and that's all going to help towards the overall revenue that we're creating with the farm. Right, let's jump back and see if those chaps are ready with our bales. Yes, they are looking good. Well, they're looking smaller, but yeah, they're looking really good. I'll get those loaded onto the trailer and back to the farm, and then I can wrap them. Lovely job. Right. Ah, I've just noticed there's a random bale over there. Maybe that one's just run off. They are prone to going off on their own little adventures. So we're here. I'm going to offload these onto the ground. I'll hitch up the wrapper, and then hopefully we can get everything wrapped up and ready for silage. Okay, and now the fun starts. I've just dumped all the bales here because they were easy just to roll off the back of the trailer there. Okay, let's get on. Here we go. That's the first one wrapped. Fantastic. That is brilliant news. So actually we're going to end up with some nice silage bales at the end of all this anyway. And hopefully Dusty won't get the hump. Oh, I think that's my phone ringing. Hold on one second. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, you're right. I just wanted to call you and let you know, when you dropped those bales off, I didn't actually take off any grass. All we did was you just ran them through our compactor. So actually it's the same amount of grass, but just in a smaller bale.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Yeah,
Right, yeah, thank you.
thank you very much. Cheers, Steve.
Speak to you soon.
Bye. Okay, well that's good news. So actually we haven't lost any value on these bales whatsoever. That's brilliant. Okay, let's just finish this last bit up. It does highlight the difference between a standard baler and the real heavy duty machines that they've got down at the animal dealer. They really do get things wrapped up nice and tightly. And there's a darn sight better than the job I'm doing here with these bales. We're nearly done. I think we've got one more left there. And the rest of these chaps are sitting in the field rather like a bunch of sheep. It's 5:30. I think we've done a fantastic job. Let's just have a quick look at where we are. These are nicely stacked. I just need to strap them on and then we can head back down to the homestead. I do need to have a think about where we're going to store this stuff. We've got eggs, we've got wool, we've got vegetables, we've got bales. Let me have a think about that once I get back. Well, that's a beautiful sight. I just now need to find somewhere to dump all of those bales, and I don't know where I'm going to put them. Admittedly, it doesn't really matter. They don't need to be under cover because they're wrapped, so I might just actually offload them right at the bottom of this field near the road. So when we need to sell them, it's easy enough to pick them up. I think that's the best plan. I think I'll do that. And there we go. What a lovely little stack of bales. So that's all looking good. That can sit there, that can ferment, and when the season's right we will go and sell that for a tidy little profit. Now I think there's still some mowing to be done. We do own a lot of land with grass on it. This is all a bit too banked up here. I don't think we'll get the tractor up here, but I'm sure there are other places that need a bit of a mow. But for now I think we've got a field which might need some weeding. And as I head up there, I shall just show you all the work that Dusty's been doing in the last month. In May, the weather was so good, he managed to get down a whole load of asphalt. He's concreted this region up here for putting all the various implements and bits of working machinery, so that's great. Let's just walk back through. So the path comes through here. And he started to lay the path up past this initial field and up towards the field at the top. So actually access is much easier. He's brought the asphalt up here. He's concreted this. I mean, you can see, bless him, he's done as best a job as he can do. It's a bit rough, but it is what it is. But it's a nice area now. Yep, so the path finishes there, and I'm sure by the end of this month he'll have this done. He just chips away at it of an evening. He just comes up after the day is done and cracks on. So here we go. We are in this field. Let's bring up our interface. We are at, yeah, we're growing. 36% yield bonus, fertilised 50%, which is nice. But yes, we do need to weed. So we'll get Dusty up. It's 6 o'clock and we'll get him on the tractor with the weeder. Morning, Dusty. Are you okay? It's time to get going. It's 6 AM. I've got a job for you to start off with. Nice and easy.
Oh, good morning, computer guy. I'll be with you with 2 shakes of a dog's tail.
Okie dokie, I'll get the tractor up at the field and I'll see you up there shortly. Dusty, sorry, before you head off up to the top field to give it a good weeding, can you run the tractor down to the shop and pick up a weight for the front? It's just got no traction when we've got any weight on the back.
Yeah, sure thing. I'll do that first, and then I'll head back and weed that field. Goddamn roadhog! so goddamn lucky. I'll get you. Oh, I'll get you. You just see if I don't.
Right then, Dusty, thank you very much. If you can just crack on with that field, then yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to have a look at what is next on the agenda.
Okay, computer guy, that's all done.
Cheers, Dusty. We'll just have a quick look at the status of these various fields. So we've got oats right in the middle. What do we have on the far left? Soybeans, yep, soybeans. And we've just put in sorghum in this top field here. So they're all looking good. In terms of growth state, the oats is very nearly there, which is fantastic. Now, the weeding has been done, so that's fine. It's kind of hard to see because all of this needs ploughing, but that's okay. So yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have had fertilisation in, as we know, to give this a bit of a going over, but I don't want to keep repeating myself. We're going to deal with that next time round. We'll get this harvested and away we go. However, I say harvesting. First things first, let's have a look at the crop calendar. So we're in June, and so next month oats will be ready. The month after that, August, we have nothing in. Yep, sorghum will be ready, and then after that soybeans is coming up in October. So we've got a nice spread. We are going to need a harvester at some point next month, so I think it's time we started to look at what's available. And these are all the new vehicles. They are very expensive. Now there's a couple of old boys at the end which I think might just do us. So we've got Bison Z056, which I believe is a Russian manufacturer. We've also got the New Holland, the classic TX32 for 55 grand. I think that's really going to be stretching it. So let's just hope that something comes up in the sales and not too late, because we will have to get a header as well.
Hey, video guy. Do we need to give the animals any feed? They're gonna be damn thirsty in this heat as well. I'll best give them some water.
Yeah, thanks, Dusty. That's a brilliant idea. Definitely give them some water first. We also need to give the greenhouses some water, and I think, yes, we may need to pick up some pig feed. We're all good for seed for the chickens and for hay for the sheep, so it's just pig feed we need to pick up.
You leave that with me, video guy. That's all in hand.
Beautiful, Dusty. Thank you very much. Well, it looks like Dusty's got that job sorted, so he can head back to the farm whilst I make a plan. And that plan is contracts. Just looking at contracts then, we have 3 baling contracts here on field 1, 15 and 24. Now field 1 requires tedding, so it says to dry it, ted it and bale it, so that's no use to us. 24 is very much the same, so we need to ted it, but 15, let's just check this, mowing and baling, mow 15, bale the grass and wrap it to make silage bales, and then take the bales to the animal dealer. That is very much up our street. Now, it's 9 grand, field 15 is fairly sizable, so it would take a while, but I think for 9 grand, and considering we are shortly going to be in the market for a new harvester, a combine, even the cheapest 30 grand one, we are really going to have to start to get some money in the bank ahead of time, forward thinking, to make sure that we can buy this equipment for harvesting when we need it. So I think it's time for some contract work. Dusty, my old pal, I want you to grab up the baler and the wrapper and probably the windrow as well, stick it on the back of the trailer, and can you head that over to field 15? There's a contract for 9 grand. It may be a bit tedious, but I think it's definitely going to be worth doing.
If we can make ourselves 9 grand on a tiny bit of mowing, that's gotta be worth it.
Cheers, Dusty. I knew you'd be on board. Good lad. Dusty, you have done a fantastic job there getting that all onto one trailer.
I ain't as stupid as I look.
No one's ever said you are, Dusty. And besides, I don't think you look that stupid.
Ain't that the truth? Jesus Christ. You want me to mow all of that?
Yeah, Dusty, it's quite a big field, I know. But it's worth it, 9 grand.
God. It had better be worth it. This is gonna take me all day.
Okay, this is the field before we get going. There's a fair whack of grass in here. It's going to take Dusty some serious amount of time.
God, this is one hell of a boring job.
Yes, I know, Dusty. It is tedious. Trust me, I'm with you on that one.
I don't even think it's worth 9 grand.
Well, we'll have to see. All money is going to help, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah, you got that right, computer guy.
Well, I think you've done a great job on this one. The problem is, we've now got to bale it and then wrap it. Say, Dusty, what size bales are you doing there?
I got it set to 150.
Okay, perfect. How did you know to set it to 150?
It says on the side of the wrapper. It only does up to 150.
All right, and you always read the side of the instructions, do you?
Yeah. What kind of fool don't read the goddamn instructions?
Yeah. What kind of fool would do that, eh? Dusty's almost finished. Just picking up the last bit of grass, baling it. There's a few patches that he didn't quite catch when he was mowing, and I don't think that'll be an issue, because most contracts don't require you to get 100% of the field done, but we'll have to see. If we have to come back again, that will be rather frustrating. One thing I've noticed as Dusty is working around this field, and I'm not going to tell him just yet, is that the percentage of completed work is still on 20, and that is really starting to bother me now. I think we're just going to have to see what happens when we get some bales to the animal dealer. And hopefully that percentage will suddenly jump up. We're loaded up nicely. Great work there, Dusty. Right, he's about to head off to the animal dealer and hopefully sell these. And if the percentage doesn't go up, well, I honestly don't know what we'll do. Maybe I'll have to go in and crack some skulls and have a little word with people, because hopefully we're not being done over here by some dodgy deal. Anyway, up to the animal dealer we go. Brilliant. Now, hopefully, yes, 67%. Fantastic. Okay, Patrick Zimmerly wasn't trying to do one over on us. It's all legitimate. Okay, let's get those last few bales loaded on and gotten rid of. I can see the bales in the distance there on field 15. Not a bad sight. And it's certainly a good feeling to know when you've worked hard that there's a reward at the end of it. But yeah, it has been a long old day, I must admit. You've got a fair old whack on there now, Dusty.
Yeah, she's got a fat ass.
Just 4 more silage bales to go, and then that will be us done. There we are, viewer. We have completed the job. Dusty has done a lot of hard work today, but to be fair, I've chipped in as well. I've helped loaded. I've basically managed the job. I mean, that is the job of a farm manager. So great job all round. He's just going to take this over to the animal dealer, get this cashed in, and we'll be laughing all the way to the bank. I have to say, I'm so glad we have this tractor, because the old tractor would never have pulled this amount of weight. There is a huge amount on there, nearly 90,000 litres.
YouTube guy, I am absolutely sick to death of grass.
Brilliant job. Fantastic work, Dusty. Get yourself down to the pub and have a pint.
You don't have to tell me twice.
And there we go. We have completed that job. We didn't use any leasing, reimbursement or missing crops. £9,614. Collect. Great job. We've got 37 grand in the account. Dusty, have you been out hunting for gold again?
No, I ain't.
Well, that's weird. Right, hold on a minute. Just pull over here, Dusty, would you please? I just want to have a check on the old PDA and check the finances. Well, that is weird. Genuinely do not know what's going on. So, finances. So today, new vehicles. What's that? 950. Oh, that's the weight. That was the weight, wasn't it? 26,000 for sold bales. But I don't understand that, because we've got 9,000. Has it actually given us the money for the bales as well? Surely that's a glitch. As in, genuinely, to the viewer, is that a glitch? That's very strange. We're quids in. I don't really understand how or why. Genuine odd mistake. Why would we get the bale value on top of the contract? Dusty, I see absolutely no reason why we've suddenly been given all this cash.
Well, goddamn, computer guy, let's go spend it quick before anybody comes looking.
Yeah, I kind of think that's the right sentiment. Problem is, if they do come looking and we spend it, we'll be right in debt.
Hey, if they come looking for the cash, they're gonna have me to deal with, and I don't take kindly to being called a thief. They paid us for the job, they gave us the cash, it's ours.
Dusty, I think you're absolutely right. I honestly can't work out what's gone on there. That is a genuine glitch in the game. So yeah, it's ours. 37 grand in the bank. Happy days. Dusty, mate, you know what? It's 6:30. It's been one hell of a long day. It's been very tedious, I must admit. I'll deal with all this. I'll get this loaded on the trailer and back up to the homestead. Why don't you crack off into town, have yourself a couple of beers?
Well, I don't mind if I do, YouTube guy. Thanks.
Yeah, Dusty, cheers for all your help today. And what a cracking bit of luck. We'll think about what we can do with all that cash next time round.
Yeah, although some of that is gonna go on whiskey and rye right now.
I think we can all take a big sigh of relief right now. That's been a really busy day, so thank you for sticking with me and Dusty and watching along. As ever, if you like it, hit that big thumbs up icon below and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, we have a new series where myself and a fellow colleague go crazy on a new farm. So I'll put a card on the screen for 2 fools and a farm right now. Check it out, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, bye bye.